What up, my people? It's your boy Hydra, aka the Range Actor, aka we global now, aka back to back, aka we here forever,
Plenty AKs.
aka. And right now, I don't even know what to say. I'm here with, what's the word? I'm here with a maestro. I'm here with a giant in Nollywood. I'm here with this man is good at his craft. Ladies and gentlemen, this man, when I was still very upcoming, like 2 years ago, he was one of the people that told me that Hydra, keep going. Hydra, you are the next. And I took everything he told me, his advice, and I ran with it. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today because of his advice, because of his encouragement, and because of his trust in my own talent. So ladies and gentlemen, he is currently the president of the Directors Guild. Chairman. Sorry about that. He's the chairman, Directors Guild of Nigeria Lagos chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome my boss, my bomb, my mentor, Mr. Anyedi Noba.
Too many accolades for one person.
I didn't even.
Thank you.
Sir, I did not even say half of what. I did not even say half of what you represent or what you mean to me.
Thank you very much.
Let's just continue. So, sir, the essence of this my interviews, I don't want to call it a podcast because we're not in a studio. And it's just like people see actors on TV, they don't know anything about them. Like me, even before I came into the industry proper, I saw my senior colleagues on TV. I don't know where they're from. I don't even know what their tribe. I don't know anything about them. So that's why I was like, now that I'm in the industry, okay, let me just use this opportunity and know. And excitingly, I've known many things about some of my colleagues that I've interviewed. So, sir, this interviews is not only for actors. Everybody in the industry, directors, cinematographers, editors, and everything, so that people can know what is really happening in our industry, because people don't really know.
It's true.
All we do is just shoot, tell story, but we don't even know about our own stories. So, sir, let's take it back. How did it all start for you? Let's go back to where you are you from?
Okay, I'm from Akwa Ibom State. I'm from Ikono local government area.
Ikono.
In Akwa Ibom State. I was born in Lagos State. I grew up here, went to university in University of Uyo, and came back to Lagos.
What did you study in University of Uyo?
My first degree, I did applied chemistry.
What do you mean by first degree? Meaning you have 2 degrees?
I have a couple of other degrees
God,
and certificates. So my first degree, I studied applied chemistry in the University of Uyo. You want me to tell you my other degrees?
How come you all come from sciences and you're now in the arts? You're now like a leading force in the arts. How is that even possible?
I think the challenge back then was that for most of us, our parents wanted us to be doctors, to be engineers, to be in the sciences, and sometimes the climate will push you towards the direction that you're not supposed to go. So for me, probably because I was deemed to be a brilliant student, most of my teachers just felt he has to be in sciences. So I did sciences in secondary school, not because I had a choice, but because it was foisted on me by my teachers and my parents, who just wanted. I actually wanted to be an engineer anyway.
Okay.
So when I got into the university, I wanted to do engineering, but when I heard about the course, applied and analytical chemistry, it sounded nice to my ears.
Okay.
So I switched from chemical engineering to applied analytics.
So you just switched because of the way it sounded.
And I actually enjoyed my time being an applied chemist. While I was studying, it was quite nice.
Okay, how was growing up like? Would you say you were born with a silver spoon? Would you say you started from the bottom? Would you say you were? Would you say Ekele Jirichineke? And how many are you guys? Your siblings and everything? How was growing up like?
We are 5. I'm the oldest.
Oh,
so I have 3 sisters between me and then the guy.
The last guy. Okay.
Growing up was I grew up with a lot of love, which prevented I and my siblings from, you get as you could take poor, but you will not know you're poor because you are surrounded by love. You understand? So my parents were not wealthy. but they ensured that we got what we needed. I think what was extremely important.
So would you say you were middle class?
We were not middle class. We were below the middle class level. But we were, now that I'm an adult, now that I'm a father, I now appreciate extremely well how my parents, really tried to make sure that we did not know how poor we were. Let me explain what I mean. We always had food. We did not live in the best of environments, but there was always food. It may not be the best meal, but there's always food.
There's always food.
And as at that time, we knew people who did not even have food at all. So at that point, we felt we were wealthy. When we can't say we know again, when we can't grow, can't come out. When you don't leave your house and you go somewhere else and you now say, okay, let me give an answer. Where the community I grew up, we had basically face your apartment houses. So I never even knew there was anything like a 3-bedroom flat. Like I never knew there was something where you get up from your living room and walk to your toilet. I don't know if you understand.
Yes,
so the environment I grew up was you come up for your house, your room, carry your bucket, go one play, waka, go wait for line because one person dey inside. You go wait.
You thought that was how life was?
That was what I was used to, and it was like being in a cocoon. Like see my house, see my primary school. My primary school and where I was born share the same fence. Like most times when I would be playing at the other side of it, my mom they hear me. I would hear my mom shout, "Anyebi, go back to your class." So you can imagine. So that was my primary school, and then my secondary school was also like 3 minutes walk from my house.
Wow.
So imagine that was like my entire. We had a football field close. Everything was just around. So
where was this?
That was there's a place called, I don't know if it still exists with that name now, but this place called Okomalam in Lasamaja.
What area is that?
Yeah, Okota.
Yes.
Like
towards that beggar side.
No, if you know Okota, Okomala and Ilasamaja is between Okota and Mushi.
Oh,
it's sandwiched between that area. So we have this small community in that Ilasa that is called Okomalam. And Okomalam translates to Malam farm. I don't know how the name is. When I there, that area, that was where that was where I grew up. Most of my life before I left for school. So
when you were in, let's say, secondary and university, were you into the arts? Were you doing dramas? Were you writing? Because I heard that you're a writer, but we'll get to that.
Yes. I've always been a writer. Almost all of my life, I've always been a writer. When I was in primary 2, I wrote a play called "I Did the Stubborn Boy" that won an award with the Lagos State government. Then we were under the military
regime.
Yes, and I've always been a writer all through. When I was in primary and secondary school, I was practically the sole pupil and student who was representing my school for both debating and writing essays. That was once we had any competition that had to do with writing and speaking.
With you,
it had to be me. It had to be. In fact, I remember that in my GS3, we had this guy. When I was in GS class, we had a senior that was the number 1 for writing. But I now wrote an essay. I threw it into a competition, and I had to overtake him. Like they dropped him and started using me. And after secondary school,
is it still recording? It's still recording. Okay.
So after secondary school, I started writing for a magazine. Wow. I don't know if you know the magazine.
That young?
Yes, the magazine. There's this company that was called Thrills and Hints Magazine.
Who doesn't know him?
No, the younger people will not know. Yeah, so Hints Magazine was
you wrote for Hints?
I wrote the first series of Thrills and Boons that was under Hints magazine. I was one of the first set of writers. When Thrills and Boons was launched, I think my story was like the second or the third that was released.
Wow, Hints was the biggest.
Then I was earning 6,000 naira. It was big money. I was a big boy, man.
6K,
man. Once I send in my story, they approve it. Bam,
6K.
I'll just go and pick up they will give you a slip. You now go to the account. They will count my money. Give me. I say, man, 6K, man, big boy. So I started writing with Hints with Hints magazine, Thrills and Boons, until I got to the university. In the university, I am in the University of Uyo. I'm credited for being the first student to own the first privately published magazine. Wow, first privately published magazine. I called it Affairs Publications. It was fashioned after Hints. So I used to have funny articles like 10 reasons why you should not date a girl in agri department. 15 reasons why you should not date a girl called the former. They were fiction.
But did you do well?
I was extremely popular in school.
Wow.
That was how my name Noba actually came, because in my editorial column, my editorial column was titled "No One But Anyedi." So that's the meaning of Noba.
You heard it here first.
Yes.
You see, I've known him for more than almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
I didn't know this part.
Yeah,
You've heard
that's just how Noba came.
What?
Once I write my editorial for that week, I'll always sign it with "No One But Anyedi." Then I'll put in brackets Noba. So with time, people
just started calling
just
Noba.
say, "Now be that, now they Noba." So it just, if I hear somebody call me Anyedi, it must be pre-university. Because from the university, almost everybody called just Noba.
Just like me, if I hear somebody call me Victor or Ifeanyi, I know that you don't know,
or the person get your account number like I get. You know that kind of thing.
Yeah, when you send me my money.
No, I go send that to you.
Okay, did you? Let's talk about your degrees. You said the first one was chemistry.
Yeah, applied chemistry.
Applied chemistry. The second one was
no. After my studies as an applied chemist, when I started working, knew that okay, this is going to be my path. I have a PhD in business administration. I also have a master's in business administration because I wanted to have a broader knowledge. You have to do a PhD because of my background in sciences before I can get the master's.
Okay.
And then after that, I'm also a data analyst. I have a certificate in data analysis.
Wow.
I have various certificates in filmmaking, cinematography, directing, writing. I'm also a member of many organizations, both within the country and outside. Most notably, there's this group called No Film School.
Film School.
Yes, they are an aggressive group of guys who just decide that you don't need to be in a class to study film. Film is vast.
So you can learn online.
Yeah, you can learn just by putting your camera and just trying anything. That is the basis of the group.
Okay.
So I try to belong to all of these organizations to increase my depth and knowledge.
So were you ever an actor? Because most of the crew members, everybody will be like, I started as an actor, but it didn't work out, so I had to go into crew. Were you ever an actor?
When I started, I came into Nollywood to be a writer. I never ever at any point in time, I have never gone for an audition before. I have never intended to be an actor. I've always wanted to be behind the scenes. I've always wanted to be the creator, the one in charge. And the reason why, you see, let me just say something. Let me just say it clearly here now. I actually love being a writer more than being
in front of the camera.
No, than being a director.
Okay, than being a director.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, because you don't know what it means to create a script, a screenplay from point A, 1 minute to 1 hour to 2 hours, and then you now do a screenplay that everybody reads and like, wow, it's
fulfilling.
It gives me the greatest orgasm you can ever have. It makes me feel happy. Directing is also a very tasking job. Bringing what is on paper
and bringing it to
real life is not easy, and the biggest challenge in directing is this: everybody who is going to read a script would have their way and desire and mindset about how you should look. There's something I saw on social media recently. The same script done in 2 different periods with different actors came out differently. In Hollywood. I don't know why I didn't save that video, because they laid it side by side. This one was saying the lines, the same script verbatim. 2 different directors, 2 different sets of actors came out differently.
Wow. Show you that you can't box creativity.
You can't. So I actually enjoy writing a whole lot. I love when I write and people appreciate it.
There's a director I know. He's also a writer. He says he prefers directing than writing. The writing is stressful. You have to strain your brain. You have to think and stuff like that. He just prefers directing.
The thing about writing is that it will not finish until it's finished. If you rush it, if you do rubbish, you will come back again and start. So that's it. It takes a lot of patience, and when you're writing for Nollywood, you need to have a lot of experience. So I always tell young writers, one of the things that helped me was that I will always visit the locations where my scripts have been done. I will beg the directors, please let me. It gave me an understanding of the pattern. So it's not about going to a film school and learning script writing, and then you come here and you do a script where 2 planes are colliding, where a train is exploding, where somebody is jumping. So most of those things are fine, but you have to ask yourself, what am I writing for? Will it be possible will it be easily achievable here? it can't be achievable. It will require a huge amount of funding,
budget,
which we don't have.
Yes,
in most of our productions, you understand. So come to set. I tell writers, come to set, watch, and it will help you understand that my job I've written for a lot of producers and directors.
Sure.
I have written a ton of scripts, and I'm
still going to get into that still.
Yes. So when I write, I disassociate myself from whatever they are going to do with the script, because I'm no longer the director. My job ended the day I submitted the script and it was approved. And that's something writers too need to understand, you know.
Okay, D, so because you didn't just get to where you are now from the beginning.
Of course.
You are not just director Noba now.
Of course.
There was a journey. There were challenges.
Of course.
Can you walk us through how you started as a writer and how you came into the industry and you started getting noticed? Walk us through how you started, like how you got into Nollywood as a writer and how you got to this point. And right now you're even the chairman of the Directors Guild of Nigeria, Lagos chapter.
Okay, I got into Nollywood by chance. Okay, like I said, I've always been a writer, but when I left university, came out with my degree as an applied chemist, the idea was to look for work in an oil company. That was the idea. But when I came out, I spent about 4 years without work. And incidentally, in that period, the banks were doing this recapitalization program.
You stayed 4 years without
I stayed 4 years without a job, yes. I was in Lagos here hustling without getting any money to do anything. So after 4 years, I spoke to one of my friends that I met when I was 7, a lady. I said, babe, I don't get work. I see the struggle. She was married. So she now told me, my husband is a producer now. Maybe you say you're a writer. You write, Abi? Oh yeah, write the script and bring for him. So let me just tell you the story because it's very funny. So I wrote the script. The guy's office was in Maryland at that time. So I wrote my script, my first script. Wrote it, took it to him. That day I had to borrow money from one woman, Iya Sodiq.
Shout out to Iya Sodiq forever.
Iya Sodiq, I love you so much. Oh, you tried. So Iya Sodiq gave me money. I told her, don't worry, I want to go and sell this script. I'm coming. It was handwritten. So when I got to his office, the man just collected the script. This guy collected the script, crossed his legs, and started reading. He didn't immediately. Just started reading. Then he asked me. He said, "Do you want anything?" I said, "Anything you give me, sir." He said, "They should give me fish and beer, star." I collected and started eating. He read and finished everything, and told me, I don't have money.
He finished the script there.
He finished everything like within an hour, and told me, I don't have money for this script too. For my mind, I say, oh, man, and the money they forgive me, I don't take chop fish and beer. For woman no collect because I need cash to take go house. So I was feeling very bad. The guy said, I don't have money, but he just wrote a check and gave me the check, and I looked at it. It was 30,000 naira, which was massive for me. Unfortunately, that day na Friday, and banks don't close. So as I put the check from my pocket, they go out. If you touch me, I check my check. I know what you say.
They should be
early morning. That bank was National Bank of Nigeria. I don't think it's defunct now. Early morning Monday, I was the first person at the bank. As they open gate, I enter, I drop check. Those days now they will carry check. They go from one place to the other. They sign. My mind they cut whether they go say money no day. You know how they do? They will say take the check back to the person who gave you. Nigeria, we have really progressed, sir. So they counted my 30K, gave me the money. I took the money home, kept it on my table. And that was the day that I decided that Thursday's Guardian and Tuesday's Guardian I know they buy again because I need to buy them for job vacancies. I said I won't buy again, and that was when I decided fully that from this moment on, it's Nollywood or nothing.
Wow.
Yes, that was the beginning. But after that script, that was paid. I couldn't sell any other script again for another 2 years. I was working all over Surulere with producers nobody bought to. After that first one, I didn't sell another script until I met one of our greats in the comedy industry, Charles Inoje. So Charles Inoje shaped my life, mentored me, taught me a whole lot, redirected me. I would also like to mention Francis Onwuchie. You may not know him, he's one of the fantastic actors and directors. But when I met,
are you rushing this story because you want to go shoot now?
Yeah, I don't have too much time.
I think for you that I'm going to shoot this scene. But when they set up for next one, we'll just go and
no worry, because Shaz they spoil camera once then delay them. She don't break off our lenses.
I know her.
No, not true. Now when say no.
Shaz me your
flow. She na she and flow, abi? Oh yeah.
Shaz say hi to the camera.
Hi guys.
Fine girl. Thank you. I'm sorry guys for the break in transmission. My Ebudi had to go finish some, some scenes. Now he's back to us. So do tell us how you started as a writer. You were talking about Chatinoji. Let's pick it from there.
All right. So like I said, after I sold my first script, it took another 2 years. So by that time, I had started using an office. I was sharing an office with, Pascal Amanfo.
Yes.
And one of the biggest PMs at that time. His name was John Okugo, but we all knew him as Iron Tiger. He's better known as Iron Tiger. He's a martial artist. Yeah. So he and Pascal had an office at National Theatre. Then I joined. I would always go there once in a while to do a thing or two. So while I was there one day, I met two producers. Okay, that was in January. So that was in February of that year. And before then, I'd prayed to God in December. I know that watch night prayer. I say, God, please.
This next
I mentioned some names of some big directors and producers that I wanted to meet. That God should help me with that. Once I meet these people, I go blow, everything go work out, So this day now, I just see these two guys who looked a bit hungrier than I looked, and they came to meet me and said they needed me to write a script for them.
What were their names?
I can't remember. It's been a long. I'm talking about 2001, 2002 now.
Oh, okay.
So when they came, they said, Noba, you're Noba. I said, yes. Hey, they say you write. I said, yes. We need a script from you. I said, okay. They now said that I should do a script. They wanted a comedy. They wanted the actors, Ibu. I said, okay. I went back to the house, wrote the script, went to a business center and typed myself because I didn't have money to pay. So they gave me a system and I quickly typed myself.
You typed the entire script?
Yeah, that was how I got to learn how to type. Wow. There was just the man, so I can't remember, it was a lecturer in the University of Lagos. He had this very big business center. So every time I go there, I would just make the man laugh. I would say, sir, I don't have money, I want to type. It's okay, use that system. They'll give me one small computer.
Yeah.
I will start, that's how I learned.
Wow.
When I make any mistake, they'll correct me, this is what they've done, all of that. So I finished the script, went back to Yasodik again.
Shout out to Yasodik.
Collected money for transport and told her, I'm just going to sell the script, I'm coming back, I'll pay you. I got to National Theatre that day and I saw my two guys still looking hungrier than I did. After that, I was very skeptical. These people, they really want to shoot film. I mean, they just want to catch a cruise, That time, we know they catch cruise. We don't know what thing they cruise that time.
But for your mind, they want you.
You understand? So they now told me that the EP that was supposed to pay me had just left before I came. Or more. So this PM then called Lugard. I think it's late now. He now told me, okay, you know what, give me the script. Let me keep it. When I get your money, you come and get the script. What they did not know was that I didn't need the script again. I just needed money. But you get to package, like say, so about 3 days later, they called me, I came, got the pay, and that became my journey to becoming known, When that script landed on Charles Inoje's desk, he insisted on seeing me. He insisted on meeting me one-on-one. I remember we had our meeting at, the first time I met him was at was at Winnie's. And he said, this script that you wrote is very nice, I like it. Where have you been since? I said, I don't they work out for this Lagos. They find who will even notice me. I'm here, Said it's a nice script. I want you to make some corrections. He now instructed those producers to pay me to make the corrections, which I had never experienced before. So the script, they actually bought that script for 30,000. They now gave me 20K. So in the space of like 5 days, I had 50K. Big boy,
Boy, 50K
I
that
left.
time.
Yes, I left and went back to my house. One day I got a call from one of the leading actors in the movie, Mr. Osofia, who called me and said he wanted to see me. I got
like Osofia and Kemo.
Yes.
Himself.
Yes. So I got to his office and he said he liked the script, that he owned the right to distribute the film in some other African countries. So he didn't want to speak Pidgin. So I should write his own lines for English. So I said yes, sir. So when I was about to leave, he told the secretary to give me money. They gave me 50K. When this movie was now being shot, I was invited to the set. And the moment I got there, you're the writer of the script, take this, take that,
They were dashing you money.
Yes, buying drinks for me and all of that. And
so that
was when that was start now. No, you start from the beginning like I start to suffer too. So after that, when The Rules of the Rich, directed by Charles Inoje, came out, it was a massive hit.
It was a banger.
It was a massive hit. From that moment on, I will just sit in my house, my phone will ring, I'll pick it up. Is this Noba? Are you the one that wrote I Need to See You? Under Charles Sinoje's mentorship, because one of the things he did for me was every time I go to see him over any project, I will go home with money. Yes, that was what Charles Sinoje did for me. Every time he would tell me, "Come, I need to meet a marketer who wants to produce, who wants to do a film." I will go. The marketer will just give you the story, and it doesn't. You will go now and wait until when they are ready to shoot. But Charles Sinoje did something for me. He will always make sure that before I will leave, money must follow. Money must come out. Sometimes he may not have cash on him. He will walk down from his office to the bank. He will go in, come out, 10K, 20K, but money must follow me go. So that helped me to the point where I became fairly comfortable as a writer. Like in a month, I would do like 5, 6 scripts, 3, 4. And by the time you're getting 30K, as at that time, for like 4 scripts, that's 120K a month. So it made me become a big boy. If you say that they write and now, if you say top big boys in Nijegun, for they there, you're still a big boy, biggest boys in Nijegun. So that's basically how I started.
Okay, so there was a time you said you started as a PA. Did you ever do PA?
No. I've never done PA.
Okay. There was a story you told me that you went to a beer parlor. I think you saw your director,
my producer.
They were drinking beer, eating fish or something. Can you tell us that?
Yes, back then things were. I think it's a bit more organized today. And I tell crew members that it's a whole lot better than what some of us experienced. In fact, most of us experienced when we started in the late 90s, 2000s, and all of that. This particular experience, I lived in Ijegun, like I always say. If those who know Ijegun, sorry,
I check out this thing, the record.
We don't stop.
No. Seriously, I know what missed this story.
Yeah. So as I was saying, I lived in Ijegun, and the location boss was in Surulere. Now, mind you,
Ijegun is towards a better side. Ikotun, that side. Yeah.
Now, nobody's going to negotiate with you, like how much you're going to get paid or not get paid. You just go for the job. And I was continuity on the set. So I would leave my house in Ijegun and get to Surulere.
So wait, how did you learn continuity?
Okay, so that's another funny experience again. So I've been writing and I wanted to do something else, because at a point I became kind of stagnated as a writer. I wanted to try something else. So one director just called me and said, "Nobody did do continuity." I wrote the script for him. So I said, "Yes, I did do continuity." I did not even know what continuity was. I said, "Yes, I did do continuity, sir." He said, "Okay, that script now. Oh yeah, do breakdown now and send to me. I want you to continue for me." So I left my house in Ijegun and I went to Orile to meet a guy I knew. His name is Joel Edison. He's a continuity. He's a director today. I went to his house. I think I spent like 2 days in his house, and already I had a fair idea of what
continuity is.
But I needed to have an in-depth. So I went to his place and I spent 2 days with him, and he put me through. Of course, he was
a continuity then.
He was already a continuity. Okay. He was a known continuity. So I went from Ijebu. I went to his house in Orile, and he taught me, put me through, and that's how I started.
So I was a
continuity for like 3 years.
Wow.
Then I became a PM. I've also been a costume assistant. Yeah, I've been a makeup assistant.
Also,
when you day house now, when I transited to becoming a continuity person, jobs no dey too dey like that. So from my background as a continuity, I will meet costumiers and I'll tell them, "Let me do your assistant." So they'll just give me the clothes. I'll go and do the dressing and all of that. Yeah. So I did that too.
Okay, so continue with the
So we'll go from Ijegun to Surulere. The boss will now take us from Surulere to Magodo, where we actually filming. Then when the boss drops us at Magodo, it will now go back to Surulere to bring welfare. And because of the distance, the bus driver will have to stay to bring both the breakfast and the dinner, as it was, or as it still is till today. So before the bus will come back, probably the bus will come back around 5 in the evening. The soup would have gone sour, everything would have been a mess. And then we don't, today we film in service apartments. We are here now in this apartment and filming now. We have the rights to everywhere.
Yeah.
Then we film in people's homes, so you may not have access to the kitchen. So we will now take this soup. If they bring a goosey and okra, all of them we don't start finish. Now we just pour everything inside the pot. Get one sachet of Maggi, one big pour. Then get plenty pepper, so that you just to chop something, make anything. We just pour and look for somebody's house, warm the soup, and it was really tasking and stressful then. So this particular day, it was still in the evening. Food had not come. So they sent me to go and get some props. I crossed to go to the shop. The shop was like a beer parlor. I saw my producer. It's in that cow tail. I never forget the email because the cow tail come up from the plate. You know, the tail come curve. So I bought what I was buying. I was not greeting my chairman. I say, well done, sir, well done, sir, well done, sir. He just told me when you finish greeting me, you go back, go work. You know, that left a mark on me because I felt that there was no, since I don't see him there.
It's just
even a bottle of Coke.
I can't take Coke.
As at that time we drink Crush and all those drink. Even something would have just like made me feel like, okay, this man and my oga, you know, that kind of thing. So that left a mark on me that day, and I decided, I just vowed that if God blesses me and I get to a position where I have people working under me, it's my duty to not let them suffer unnecessarily. You know, you can't make everybody happy. You can't give everybody everything they want. Yes. But don't make them suffer unnecessarily. It doesn't. There's just they need to give person an award for best in suffer or best in making people suffer. But when you make people smile and they are happy reasonably within your means, it comes back. Oh, that's something people need to know. It comes back in. If it doesn't come to you, it will come to somebody or something around you.
Yeah, and I can attest to the fact that your crew members are not suffering compared to some other productions. I feel like your crew members are chill and they're chilling.
Yeah, they have to.
They might not be the best, but they're chilling.
No, for me, they are the best crew that I can have.
No, I'm not talking about when it comes to work ethics. Okay. I'm talking about from the suffering.
It might not be optimal. It might not be the very best, but at least maybe you go interview them later. Shall make it like say we just they talk. You understand? Because they look me like if you no one talk the truth, you get. But what I can vouch is that none of my crew members will suffer unnecessarily. There's no need. There's no need for that.
Even actors too. Even actors. Even director Noba. If you are upcoming and you're working with him, he doesn't treat you like an upcoming. He treats you like his own guy.
Because you're human.
Yeah, you're human. So how did you transcend into directing? From the writer continuity, how did you go into directing? And what made you go into directing? And what was that first breakthrough for you? That people started to be like, oh, I'm going to trust this guy with directing works. My works.
I've been a writer, continuity, PM, and a lot of other things. Then I started doing assistant director for a couple of directors.
Oh, okay.
One of my mentors in directing is Ike Chikunyeka. It's one of the best brains we have in this business. Is in the US now. So sorry, can I just quickly take a pause?
Yes, please.
Alpha, are we done?
Yes.
So Simbi, please run your lines. Same costume for her. Run your lines with her. When they run their lines now, we'll quickly. Okay. All right. Let's continue. You edit and Abi.
I go leave. We can edit it. Now what do they want to see?
All right. So now, so after being an assistant director for a couple of directors, I felt I was ready to become a director. Now, back in the days, it was very tough to be a director. It was very, very tough. We had Directors Guild of Nigeria was a very, very potent guild. For someone to call you Able D, your onions must have been well sliced, and you know them well. You get what I'm saying now?
Yes.
You shame fear go to catch you to make person call you Able D when you don't know what they do. Not like it is thrown about.
No,
you'll be scared. You understand? So of course I approached a couple of producers and they wouldn't give me work because I wasn't a member of the Directors Guild of Nigeria. So the very first job I did as a director, the producer picked me because he didn't have money to pay somebody bigger. But I was okay. I was fine. So on the first day of shoot, I don't pack my bag now. They go set down like director. I got to set. I shot for the whole day. In the evening, I was expecting that they would give me keys. Then we used to stay lodge in hotels. That they would give me keys to one fantastic hotel as a director. I go with PM. I say, and PM na person we don't work with. When
you work as AD
and continuity, so you know me well. I go with and say, guy, Alpha, where my room now? Where I go stay? He say, no, you go meet producer. I go meet producer. And I producer say, no, Noba, enter car. I say, man, my hotel could be bad, man. So my producer drove me to his house, left me in the living room. The wife came out, greeted us. He went in with the wife. I waited and waited and waited. I didn't know what was going on. I was my bad. Don't forget, I don't shoot from morning till night.
You were tired.
I was tired. I was sweaty. I needed to just take off everything, bathe, and change whatever I was wearing. I was there for almost 3 hours, and I realized that this guy is not coming out, and there was no lights in the house, so everywhere was hot. It wasn't a familiar environment. It was hot. It was not. So when I realized it wasn't going to come out, I brought out my jeans in my bag, made a pillow, and slept. In the morning, he's still alive today, so I think he will see this video too. He tapped me in the morning, woke me up, drove me back to where the crew were sleeping for me to bathe.
Oh my God.
So I now realized that, okay, there was no plan for me to have, there was no plan for accommodation for me. He wants me to be coming to his place every day. So what I did that second day, when I finished, I went back to my house. So what he did for me was that he could, then, today now we film, if you're filming on the island, we'll be on the island all through. Then we can do today in Ikeja, tomorrow in Magodo. Basically, the shoot then was Ikeja, Magodo, Surulere. We didn't know about the island. The island was just bush then, you understand? So anywhere it drops me, I'll go home. Don't forget that I had not been paid a single cup. I didn't even know if I was going to be paid. So anywhere it drops me, I'll go home. In the morning, I'll meet them again anywhere we are filming. Sure, you understand? So that was how I did it till I finished. But now, that job kick-started my career as a director. Because when the film came out, I bought the DVD, the films. I bought about 10. I went to Idumota, and I went to Alaba. Let me do this film. Let me do this film. So it opened up the way for me.
So you didn't just sit and allow the film to speak.
No, I went to the market. I bought 10 copies of the film with my money, and
you promoted yourself.
I went into the market to meet the marketers. Let me do this film. My name Nanyedi Awa Noba. I will give. Let me write down. Let me do it. So I gave them the film, and they watched. Then one of the marketers met a producer who mentioned my name, and he didn't know me, but it was familiar. The producer was Mr. We used to call him Mr. Perfect. Okwi Eneo. So Okwi Eneo introduced me to this is the journey to my becoming a member of the Directors Guild now. So Okwi introduced me to a producer called Bo Steps. So Bo Steps took me to Enugu to shoot. And when I got to Enugu, I shot day one. On the set, I had the late Junior Pope. I had
Junior Pope.
I had this actor has
Zubi Michael.
I had Zubi Michael. I had Tonto DK. I had a lot of So I was excited, and I was in Enugu for the first time. I was filming for the first time in Enugu, shooting. On the third day, them bounced me.
Say waiting.
DOP come say, director, I can't shoot again. I said, what happened? Say they said I shouldn't shoot. That you're not a member of the Directors Guild of Nigeria. I started doing politics, Started begging, calling this, calling that. They find me, okay, and then I asked a director called Stanky Amadi to sit on me as a supervisory director, and I finished the job. Then came back to Lagos, did my screening, and became a member of the guild officially. And that's the journey started fully from there.
Yeah. You've done over 200 films.
I actually stopped counting.
I like 200. I'm being modest.
Yes, over.
I'm being modest.
I am very sure. I actually if you want to look at from 2010 alone to 2018. There was a period when we were doing there was a year that I know I did up to about almost 30 films, 30 to 40 films that year. I was filming basically in Oka, so I would spend like 5 months there, and that 5 months it will be. Then sometimes some marketers will just come together and say, okay, you know what? I'll tell them I'm tired. I want to go to Lagos. Say, no, you know what? We'll pay for hotel for you to rest for 3 days and
just stay.
Don't go to Lagos because they're scared that if I go,
you will not come back.
Not come back when they want.
So you were filming back to back.
Yes. Yeah. I was younger now.
At least me and you don't do like 3 or 4.
I think we've done up to 4.
I think alone, just me and you.
Yes.
Wow.
We've done up to 4.
Let's be modest. Over 200 films.
Yes. I should have crossed the 200 mark, but I've stopped counting.
Wow.
I just try to remember the memorable ones that. Yeah.
So guys, you guys have heard it too. This journey is not easy. When you watch your TV, you see names at the end credit, or you see actors on TV. They didn't just fold their hands and watch, man. They hustled for where they are today. So nothing good comes easy. You have to put in more effort.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, is there clique in this industry? And do you think that there's competition between directors in this industry?
There's competition in every aspect of life. You understand? And if the industry is not competitive, any kind of industry, I don't think you want to be there. There has to be that drive. You see, one thing I always like to say, I say, I want mama, I'm born all of us. Because we always feel we are better than the next person. Everybody, if you don't have that feeling, if you feel you're not good enough, you won't be here. So even if I don't come out to say it, I will always have that feeling that I can do better than that other person. And that person too feels he or she can do better than me. That's why we are there. There's nothing bad with competition once it's healthy. If I see a film that is very good, I will wish I was the one who did it. And there's nothing wrong with feeling that way. So I will now decide that, okay, if I catch any other script that I want to direct, I'll try and do it better than this one. It makes me better. It may not be, I may not use the word competing, but competition that is healthy is not bad. If they compete with your brother and sister and for your more attention and your attention, everybody competes. It's part of life.
Okay, but have you ever had a scenario, bro? Is this thing still recording? Have you ever had any scenario where you heard that maybe a job was supposed to come to you, but some other director went behind and badmouthed you and had to get the job? Or have you ever heard of any other director badmouthing you in this industry and trying to bring you down?
It's all those things are normal. I don't even waste time with such things, you understand? But they are normal. I've had a couple of instances. In fact, recently, not even up to 2 months ago, somebody called me and said, Noba, see what and what was said about you. And I just laughed. And I told the person, if you want to know me, get to know me.
Come close.
And nobody, if I thought, of course, if somebody tells me that, if I call you and say, they say you be thief, what do you want to talk? You go say you no be thief now, but if you be thief. So if I want to know, say you no be thief, I need to come close to you to find out. I am too old now to start dragging things and trying to know. I've grown above all those kind of things. I don't even bother about that. It happens even amongst my crew. I've had instances where trusted crew members will go out and probably they want to get something from maybe an EP or a producer, and they will lie. But they don't know that lie they are telling will come back to you. No, the producer even already knows what is going on, and now knows that you're actually lying. They will not. It will get to me. I will get to know at the end of the day. And when I get to know, I just shrug them off.
So the other most directors now in Nollywood, especially the YouTube space, we see them do back to back. In fact, some are even doing 2 jobs at the same time, 3 at the same time. But I don't see you doing that kind of stuff. I don't see you always posting, I'm always on set back to back. Like, why is yours different, and why are you not in that
space?
That space. And have you ever been in that space before?
I have. Honestly, I have. I spent 2 years shooting every single day of my life for 2 years for a YouTube channel, until I started losing my mind. I started going crazy. I was like, nah. You know, YouTube as a platform was not created, I can bet you, for film makers who make full-length films. That's my own view. Content. YouTube was meant for quick things, just shoot quick, things that you can do 2 seconds and you post, so that you can be consistent, because YouTube is about consistency. That is why you see people film every day, because they want to post every week. Whereas film, you need a large crowd, it takes time, and that's why we have even more shoddy jobs on the YouTube platform. Now, while I was filming every day, why I stopped, and why I will never do this so-called back-to-back thing, is because I realized that the way you position yourself is how things will come to you. I'm yet to see any director who shoots back-to-back who is actually wealthy. I'm saying it clear. I'm yet to see that director, because I want to use myself as an example. When I was filming back-to-back, every 4 days I got a paycheck, good money, but I wasn't rich. I wasn't wealthier than I was before I started it. It dissipates. That's not how wealth is created. You don't create wealth when your body is suffering. You shoot from morning till night, you wake up the next day, shoot from morning till night, you finish on Thursday, you sleep on Thursday night, wake up Friday morning, and on your phone, on that script, don't drop. Your body first rejects it because your body is tired. So no matter what you eat for that day, it's not working, it's dissipating, it's going out. So I did it for 2 years, and I found out that I was actually retrogressing mentally My works were no longer as good as they were, because it got to a point where we're just being robotic. The actors are tired, the crew members are frustrated and tired. Not because of the pay now. They are tired. Sometimes they'll come and beg director, can we take a break? Please, we need a break. And to collect break from the employer is a challenge, because he has his channel that he needs to feed. So he's calculating, I must post on Friday, I must post on Friday. We day they die. You know, so I stopped. I just woke up one day, I said, I'm done, I'm not doing this thing anymore. And I'm happier for it.
Like, what is your work rate now? How do you work now?
When I finish a shoot, I must go back to my house. I must go back to my house and engage in other activities. I have a family, I have kids, I have a lot of other activities I need to do for my own relaxation. You understand? Maybe I'm thinking like this because I don't see myself as somebody who has so much time. You understand? I'm not a teenager, I'm not a young adult, so I try to make sure that every second I have is properly utilized, because one can go at any time. And it will be very wrong to go, you kill yourself for the work, and when you're gone, the work still continues. So I try to make sure that there is time for a lot of other activities. Everything must be well-rounded. And again, it's not, like I said, I'm yet to see a director who shoots every day, who drops every 4 days is on set. I'm yet to see one that is wealthy, that is comfortable. I'm yet to see. So what are you doing now at the end of the day? I dare one director to come out and say, every day I'm on set, and right now I'm very comfortable. I can do anything I want to do when it comes to money. You know, and this is it. Let's reason this thing. An actor on your set has been paid 2 million naira. You, the director, on that same set, you are being paid 200,000 naira. So you have to do 10 jobs to get the pay that actor has earned on one set. So you go do 10 for you to get the money we can get for one job. How does that make you wealthy?
But you know they collect 200 now.
I know go collect. If you offer me 200, I will leave and now.
You know they collect 200.
The point I'm trying to make now, it's not even about the figure. It's the fact that if you look at the economics, if you do 4 jobs in a month and you collect 200, for example, now 800k you get. So now that 800k no go follow you reach your house. It's not a take-home pay, because on the set you go do some things. You go spend. Maybe what will carry you reach at 80,000. So when you work like that, you ruin yourself. You are not rich. But when you now strategize properly, you relax. Look for the right job. There are jobs that you go do one. You go home.
One is one.
You go home happier. You go home happier. You're not with the. Are they broke? You understand? I feel broke now, but I'm not going to use that brokenness that they think about the job, so that when you come back and say, because I'm broke, let me do the job. No, the job has to be right. The job just it has to suit me. I've had a couple of producers that I will do a film for. It's come out very well. They love the film. Everything is going on well. And then when they come the second time, they will say, director, you know that we spent 8 million for this other job, and this time around I want you to help me manage 4 million. I go say, no, I'm not going to feed one. I've also had situations where somebody knows say in budget for film, for example, now 5 million being budget for film. He pay one actor 1.9, pay the other one 1.2. That's about 3.1. Come on, use the remaining money, rent equipment, location, pay crew, do welfare, collect costumes, do everything, edit, and then you submit the master. And people do it. You know?
Edit,
yes. Because the idea is that once I don't get the 2 actors who will sell my film, every other thing can die. You know, so those are the things that one needs to really think about.
Okay, this brings me to this question. Right now, we see some of our older colleagues, like the people that are elderly now. Sometimes when they get sick, they come online, they solicit for funds, and it's as if Nollywood is not like lucrative. So, does that make you scared that when you get to that age, you might be in that position? And what measures are you putting in place so that you will not be in that situation health-wise?
To come and beg? No, is it to fall sick?
Fall sick first, because if you don't fall sick, you won't come and beg. So what are you doing about your health?
The healthiest we've heard stories of people who are extremely healthy just fall down now and die. So that one can happen. Anybody can go at any time. That's why you don't need to be scared of. Nobody needs to be scared. But the person we don't die, no, they know what thing they happen. Now people they live there and they cry. And so if I die now, no, even know what thing they happen. Now those way they are alive, now go they cry. Abi good. Now the thing is this. Of course, you have to take. It's part of what I'm talking about. All this shooting without taking care of yourself. It's part of the things that one needs to understand. Particularly when you cross a certain age, you now know that you have to reduce everything you're doing. The quantity of food you eat, you have to increase the quality of the food, your rest time. They have to be strategic. You understand?
Over exercise.
You have to do that.
I heard that you registered for a gym.
I registered for a gym. I went for 1 week. And me and the gym can't get problem, you know. I went to the gym for 1 week. I couldn't meet up with the timing. So what I did was I bought some gym materials and brought home.
Okay.
If you go, I have some dumbbells in my room now.
When last did you use it?
This morning.
Okay.
Every morning.
Was the owner of the gym begging you to
the owner of the gym was calling me every day, sending me messages. He now told me that he was going to give me 1 week free. I said, okay, I don't get time. I'm too busy. You know, Tony Elumelu, the UBA guy, said something which I borrowed. He said, because of his schedule, because it's so busy, he always has exercise materials around him. So if he's waiting for a meeting, he has like 20 minutes. He will just do something. You understand? So that's what I do. Like every evening, every morning, I just do like 30 minutes one hour. But every morning, I must do something. I must do some form of workout. So I feel if you go gym, you understand? But I did do the gym. I did do the thing as I feel.
Okay.
Sure, you get it.
So, another question: Does an actor owe a producer 1 million views in one day?
You know, concern me. I don't even. But you should know me by now that there are some things I don't even like getting into. And because I always feel very strongly about some things. You understand? And most times when I make my opinions known, some people do not like them. But those opinions are actually the truth.
No, because I know that you're very, very vocal when it comes to.
I'm vocal about a lot of things.
Yes.
And I have I have a single standard in my life. It's either I talk or I shut up. But if I'm going to talk, I'll tell you the way I feel. You understand?
Yes. You're one of the people that say your mind, especially on IG.
Yes, I try to do that as much as I can. So this million views, when the story came out, I refused to comment on it. It is the business of the producer and the actor. You understand? Sometimes we take some steps without knowing the repercussions in future. When this YouTube thing became very popular, everybody's doing YouTube. We started doing it anyhow without considering the future. Today, actors get paid for just a day, and they'll tell you, "I don't want to do more than 20 scenes." It will affect us in the future, because what it now means is that if I'm writing, I don't have the freedom to express myself anymore, because I want to use Hydra, and Hydra must do 20 scenes, or it will not shoot. So for me, Noba, I have my standards. If I call you on the phone, Hydra, I want to work with you from the 1st to the 4th, and the next thing you ask me is how many scenes, you won't do that job with me, because I don't see and say we go get problem. For you to start asking me how many scenes, like the shoot I'm doing right now, I have a lot of scenes. Two things I will not take from an actor: you complain about the number of scenes, or complain about the length of a scene. We could find ways around, but don't complain, because you do your job. What about if I give you a monologue, only you have to perform for 1 hour? Why would you complain? We only find ways to make it easier for you. That's my job as a director. But don't complain. Don't say, director, this scene is too long. I used to tolerate it before. I used to consider those kind of things, but I've stopped. When you see your scene, read the script. When you see your scene is long, start thinking about how to function in that scene, and then we'll do it. Don't complain.
No.
Do your job, so that everybody said we're doing your own job. You understand?
Okay. So do we have YouTube directors and cinema directors?
A director is a director. The thing is, all of us cannot be doing the same kind of productions. There is nothing special about being a YouTube director and being a cinema director and being, even in Hollywood, they have different stratas. You understand? If you give the YouTube director, the so-called YouTube director, the budget and all the material that the cinema, he might even do better. But the thing is this, everybody's supposed to know where, not strength now, where your greatest desire lies, where your greatest love lies. There are directors who just want to come now, do that 4 or 5 day shoot, and move to the next. It's okay. You feel 1 day for set. I've seen directors who don't want to be on set for more than 7 days, who don't like it. By the 6th day, they are getting irritated. Then there are directors who can easily stay on set for 30 days. So everybody go there. We need the YouTube industry. We need it. We need the cinema. We need anyone that you can do. because you will not stop. Film as entertainment as an industry gives you the space to do what your hand can carry. As it is now, as difficult as it is now, with 1 million naira, you can do something that you can put on YouTube and it will go very well.
Yes.
So allow that person do what he wants to do now. There is, when you're a director, you're a director. That's the training that I got. The first day I did my first job as a director, the director walked up to me, shook my hand, and said, "You are not a director." He didn't tell me what kind of film did you do. What did you do? No, he said you're a director, and that's the training. You know.
Hey, God. Okay, so what are we expecting from you this year? Have you bringing out your own personal projects this year?
Yes. I have a couple of women themed projects that I want to do this year. This year I want to dedicate a lot of my personal stuff to the reorientation of women on a lot of things. Yes, I have a shoot coming up. It's going to be towards the end of towards the first week of the month of March. It's a female theme. I don't want to reveal too much about it because it's still in the works, but it's a female theme story. That's my personal project. You're on my set now. This is my first sorry, I don't want to use that word, first shoot of the year. Shoot, you know. You saw my post the other time now. All this my first job of the year, second job. As we count till December. Don't be say for June you can't stop. Keep counting, because you're trying to use it to stress those whenever we don't need that,
and we will never work this year.
Sure you get. So once you post first job of the year, post second, post third, keep giving us that caption till December. Don't stop in March and keep posting. And some people will post pictures of jobs they did like 5 years ago.
It's a lie.
No, they do it now. Don't get person we get pictures past still photo waiting for the set. They post time every day. They post time. Call me. You go just call me Ngozi here. Another costume. Call me. I call and say, "Nah, why did they get picture pass us? We get the film." you post pictures. Even when we get the film, we don't forget the film. We don't. But you're still posting. She laughed and said, "Director, I have to make it look like something is going on." That's why you don't. Believe everything. You don't believe everything is on social media.
So like I said, when I was coming up very fast in the industry, you were one of the people that supported me more, as in you gave me that moral support.
Yeah,
you were always like, "Hydra, I see you as the next Centobi." That was what you told me.
Yes.
I see you as the next Centobi. Like, you're very good. Just keep going. Like, you just basically gave me advice on how to navigate the industry, which I'm still using till this day. When it comes to monetizing your talent, politics, and the talent himself, I can never forget all those things you told me that day. So for an upcoming watching right now, what do you have a quick advice on someone that wants to get into the industry right now?
As an actor,
as a director, as everything.
As an actor, first thing, tell yourself the truth. You might love entertainment and be a horrible actor, and then all you keep doing, you're forcing it. The thing is clear to you that you're no good as an actor. But there are other things you can do in the industry and still find joy. You can be a makeup artist, you can be a cinematographer, you can be a writer, you can be a director. But your pastor tell you for church, say, go and you must be an actor, but you are horrible at it. Not everybody can actually really act. Not everybody. There are people who come and they sabi the lines, they flow, but the face is bland.
Oh my God.
There is nothing special about the ability for you to break out. You know how many people they go audition in college, they see crowd.
Yes.
Always ask yourself, how do I break out from this crowd? What do I need to do to get noticed? Sure, you get. I have a guy, I'll mention his name. He is the biggest fashion stylist in the entertainment industry today. His name is John Angel.
I think I've
any video, all these top stars are doing, he must be the one there to costume. Davido's wedding was what we dressed Davido now. You understand? He started out as an actor, did a lot of struggle, did everything. It didn't work out for him. He went into makeup. From makeup, became a stylist. Today, he is one of the biggest boys in Lagos. Imagine if you don't kill himself, say if you not be acting, I go die. So that's one of the mistakes young people make. They see stars, they see the razzmatazz, they go online, they see. Let me even say it again, 99.9% of the clothes that actors post on social media, nobody then get them. Na costume.
They come down.
No, make I expose am now because you said the follow the do am. Once you give an actor costume wey fine, they go take 50 pictures and start posting it. They will not share it as a location picture again. They will just share it hair, and then you go say, man, this person get money. Most of their cars too, nobody then get am. Na props, hired cars. I'm just saying it now so that you know.
Let me get my car.
And you get your car. Because when you guys see all those things on screen, you think saying so the life being a lie, maybe so it be. So you have to ask yourself, am I really good? And tell yourself the truth. If you're not good as an actor, don't force it. There are many other things you can do and still find that joy.
Okay, so what about what about those that are good and they're not finding it easy to enter the industry?
No, for you to be good, you have to be there already. For you to know you're good, you have to have been in the industry. Probably they never break.
That's what I'm saying.
Never get that
for those that want to give up, like, this thing doesn't work. I've been on this thing.
They say, who give up, now you lose. It's a very strong statement. Who give up, now you lose. You know, most times we give up when we've already opened the door. One foot is already out. You not give up at that point. Now, don't forget that you don't already open the door. One leg don't come out. You can't come out. Another person will pass through that door. The next person will see they persevere because you've already opened the door, but you fail to understand. That's why you need to understand the power of knowing that opportunity. You have to understand opportunities. I saw an opportunity the day I met Charles Inoje, and I latched onto him because it was the first. Yes, it was the first. It was the first major. It was the first big director that actually told me, not just you are good, but I like you. I want to work with you. And I started following him, and I learned a whole lot. You understand? Sometimes I'll get him angry. Maybe he go give me script to write. I don't go write them on time because I just do some other people own. He will get angry, but it taught me a whole lot. And when it was time for me to grow, to go on to the next level, I carried everything I learned from him, and it helped. You understand? So if you're coming in, if you're an actor, and you know you're good, whether you're a guy or a baby, you know you're good, keep at it. The industry is a very jealous industry. You can't leave it for 6 months and come back to continue.
Do you get?
Once you go, when you come, you start again. Because if I call you for a shoot in January, you say you're not available. I call you in February, you're not available. I call you in March. That March I just try. You know, day for my mind, you know, be after again. And you cannot come back after 6 months to tell me, director, no, I just say make I go do one thing. Like, when you come back, you start afresh.
Start from the beginning.
It's a profession. It's a profession. You need to continue. Even though I've spent years as a director, every day I get to learn new things. I get to learn new things every day I come on a set. You understand? So, but if I leave this job now for 1 year, I'll get rusty.
I'm telling you.
Because before I came to this set, I had to do some studies based on what I wanted to achieve. So imagine not doing anything, not reading any books on filmmaking, on film directing for a whole 1 year, not interacting with any filmmaker. Then you come back. When you come back, you have to be asking what's going on. What's the latest techniques? What are the latest equipments that we have? Most of the equipments we used to use before, we're no longer using them. Yes. So imagine somebody who has not shot in 10 years. You get to ask questions. You understand? So just keep at it. You can never tell. Keep at it and find your way to finding joy.
So I want to ask you a sensitive question now. This industry, you hear some actors, actresses say when they started, when they wanted to come into the industry, when they ask for help and everything, most directors want to take advantage of them and, you know, sleep with them and stuff like that. Do you think it's still prevalent in the industry, or it was all a fallacy or a lie? Does it happen? Are the actresses, are they lying?
This is my view to this question. This is it. This is the way I see it. When two are we ready? Oh yeah, now let's get into the car. When two actors, man, woman, adults, whatever they choose to do, none of my business. That's actor, director, actor, producer, none of my business. But it's actually a crime for a director to use, or producer to use his position to tell an actor, before you do this film, I have to sleep with you. That one is now harassment. It's a crime. The actor should report to the authorities or report to the guild. That one now is a crime. But if you see an actor and you like the actor and say, I like you, and the actor agrees, accepts, it's your personal business. I don't get involved in those kind of things. But I'm the chairman of the Directors Guild of Nigeria. Most times we get all these reports of things like that. If the director tells the actor, Nkechi, before you do grace in my film, you have to go to room 402 and wait for me. That one now is an harassment.
Yes.
So the challenge we are having is that the actors don't complain. They will just most of the female actors have taken it as now part of life. And once you normalize it, every generation will be coming and following it. They think it's normal. It's not normal. It's not normal. It's not a normal thing. It's not something that should be normalized. Okay. You understand? Yeah.
No problem. So the ending says something about the range actor.
I have a lot to say. Maybe we'll spend like 3 hours on that. So I met this guy, you know, and he was doing very well, but he didn't know he was doing very well. He felt he wasn't doing well at all.
I still feel like
yes, and I had to tell him that he was on a path already. You understand? He was already on a good path. All he needed now was to create a sound footing. And I read some things which I told him, the way he carries himself on set, his craft, his talent, and the way he markets himself. And every time he keeps calling me to give me updates on how it's going, and we keep rubbing minds. Sometimes we talk for like 1 hour, 2 hours over the phone.
Yes.
You know, and I'm happy at the where you are now, and I know that in the next couple of years you're really going to get to the zenith, to the coco zenith. You understand? Boss. So just keep hitting it hard.
Yes, sir.
Every single script you get, take it as your first. All right. That's just it.
So thank you, boss, for coming on my show.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Director Noba, the chairman, Directors Guild of Nigeria, Lagos chapter.
Thank you very much.
We've spoken for a long time. Let me allow you.
Let me go shoot. All right. Thank you.
Okay, so guys, I'm gonna see you guys.
Oh yeah, let's go. Before I carry my go.
No, wait, let me end it. Yo, what's up, my guys? I'm out now. Thank you for watching. Please watch, subscribe, do everything that you know how to do. Share, comment. You know how it is. Watch out for the next person. I remember your boy Hydro for Shizu Manezo, aka the Range Actor. Start playing with Global now. Choo!